I gotta grind this stump today. I asked the customer to move both of her cars over to the back, and today is the first stump of, or two stumps of the new year. I gotta grind a pine stump in the backyard, and yeah, we're gonna have a busy morning. She added that on, by the way. When I got here, it was just supposed to be that stump, but you know, I'll take it while I'm here. Alright guys, now it's time to fill in the hose. I'll take the blade and push this up. I'm done, I'm going to take the blower and I'll blow the wood chips off the yard. Now this is all leveled out. I'll take the rake and dress it up a lot better than it is. It won't take but a minute to do that real quick. Now let me go back to the back. They've done started cutting some trees down in the back, and but she wanted that wasn't part of this deal. The contractor called me and said, hey, I've got a stump over here, and when I got here she added on a stump in the back. So that wasn't part of the deal, so that was an add-on. So let me go around here, and it's a pretty good sized pine stump. All right guys, here's the pine stump right here. They've cut down 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like this 5th one is fixing to come down, but she only wants me to grind this one right here, so maybe later on I'll get them. I don't know. Pretty decent stump. Alright guys, I got this finished up. They're going to bring their skid steer back, and they're probably going to cut this tree down. And they still got to maybe do a couple more, I think. I'm not really sure. But if they do, they'll landscape the yard out and all that. This neighborhood, I got a story I got to tell you when I get this stump grinder loaded up. Alright guys, I got this job finished up, and the lady added on a side, added an extra stump. Wasn't expecting that, so that worked out good. Put a little gas money in the truck, and gas is coming down to $2.22 here in Alabama. I like it. I like it a lot. And what I was going to tell you about the side story, I was working when I first started doing tree work in this neighborhood, well, actually one street over. And when I first got to doing it, I ran into a situation that I never thought I'd be into, you know. And it was, I went out and I cut this tree for the guy, our crew did, whatever. And it was doing it, and we laid a branch on top of this chain link fence. Well, I didn't think nothing about it. It was like maybe 15, 30 bucks to fix this chain link. And this guy, he says, he said, "You gonna fix my chain link?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I'm gonna fix it." Well, he just kept on coming out, and finally he was cussing at my climber. The guy was threatening to whoop his butt, and one thing after another. And so I was kind of scared because I didn't want them to turn me into the Better Business Bureau at the time. So I ended up making a claim. I paid $500. I shouldn't have never did it, but I paid the claim on it. Well, I get a letter in the mail that it costed $1,750 bucks or something. It was over $1,700, and I said, "This is crazy." So I drive out to the house, and I meet the neighbor, and the guy said, "Hey man," he sees me out there, and he said, "What's going on?" I said, "I come to look at my fence that I replaced, and everything." He said, "Replace the fence? What are you talking about?" And I looked around the corner over, and I could see it. It hadn't been replaced. And I asked him, I said, "What's the deal with him?" "Oh, he done moved out." And I said, "He's done moved out?" He said, "Yeah, he done moved out. He's a renter." So the guy was renting the house. He took the insurance claim check. He hadn't been paid. They was trying to evict him for 4 or 5 months, trying to get him out. And finally they got him out or whatever. But he had took that money and ran off to another house, another place or whatever. And 2 days after that, the homeowner that owned that property called me and said, "Hey, I want my money." I said, "Well, you talking to the wrong person, because I've already paid it out." He said, you paid it to the renter, not me." I said, "You're going to have to take that up with the insurance company. I just paid the claim and went on about my business." So people ask me all the time, like, "Boy, you asked a lot of questions when you're on jobs." I do ask a lot of questions. I'm not gonna lie, because I've been in a lot of scenarios, buddy, and once you get took a couple of times, and it ain't happened but once or twice, you'll start asking questions, and you'll figure out people real quick. You'll either be the sucker or they'll be the sucker. So if they know that you ain't gonna play no games with them, they'll they won't bother you. They'll move on to the next guy. So if you ever have them "Hey, you did this wrong. Hey, you got to fix this. You got to fix that," then you back up and you start asking questions. "Are you the homeowner? Did you buy this house?" I mean, I ain't kidding you. You seriously, you might need to ask that question, because I had to ask it on a couple of jobs. Come to find out, they was renters. If you're renting a house, why do you care? You know what I'm saying? Who would have thought the renter would have cared about the fence? He cared about that money, though. He got an insurance claim on me. So, and that was the only insurance claim that I've ever paid in 20 years. Yeah, 21 years now. It's 2026. So it's, yeah, crazy. People are nuts. So, hey guys, if you like the channel, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.